So if you're unaware, Jidion went to some town in Arkansas, which is considered the most racist town in the USA, and basically interviewed a bunch of people. Hasan played the video without 2 seconds in, basically said a bunch of stuff. And so Jidion, hearing what he said, felt some type of way. And here are his comments.
That's basically Hasan and Abi, right? The reason why I want to react to this video with you guys is because I felt very patronized watching his video and then also reading the comments. Baffled, like, how are you gonna tell me I've been a black man, I've been a black kid, and now I'm becoming a black man, bro? How are you gonna tell me in my 21 years of life I don't know what is? Because I felt, bro, when I tell you I've not felt like this in my life, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, basically, I felt like they were telling me how I should feel.
Yeah, get used to that. Now that you're in the art sphere, you're content creating, you're going to be around a lot of left-leaning people. You're going to be around a lot of people who think they know better than you. Even if they're white, they're going to tell you, no, as a black man, this is what you should feel. As somebody who's been in the arts for the last 12 years, I've heard it all, which is why I'm like really turned off by these people. That's how they operate, under the guise of, I know better than you, and I'm here with empathy and kindness, and I'm here to save you. They will tell you how you should feel. They will gaslight you into thinking you're supposed to be outraged when you aren't, and they'll tell you, wait, that's not a thing. When it's like, who made you the fucking arbiters of what's right or wrong? That's been my experience with these kind of super progressive types. Just get used to it, because you're gonna hear a lot more of it.
As you guys can honestly tell, we're not from here.
That's all right.
I'm from Atlanta, you know. I'm one of the best rappers coming out of there and everything like that. We've heard rumors that this is the most town in America, but so far, I'm not gonna lie, it's been like one of the nicest places.
Do you guys want a table or a bed?
Actually, let's go with booth. My booty's kind of hurting, so I need more
Yeah,
cushioning.
I need some cushion. That's all right.
But I'm not gonna lie, they're not really like fitting our narrative.
You're like, man, this is the coolest town in America. Fuck.
Hey, can I ask you a question? How long have you lived here?
16 years.
16 years.
Wow.
Like, how do you like it?
I like it.
They said that this place was like the most town in America, but like, what have you seen here that you would like deem maybe?
Out in Zinc, which is probably like a 20-minute drive, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan or whatever lives out there.
So this isn't the racist town, Zinc.
We have people, of course, but you're gonna find that everywhere.
True.
I don't know why Americans have such a twisted and broken fucking understanding of what is, which is weird. I mean, I know Jidion doesn't give a shit because he's like, you know, he's a content creator first. Like, that's what.
I mean, no, I do give a shit because, you know, first, I'm a black man. Like, it doesn't matter how many followers I have or what influence I have. First thing first, I'm a black man, you know? Like, not everybody in the world knows who I am, you know? When people just see me walk down the street, I'm just a regular black guy. So, first thing I do care. And then second thing, I care about my people. I love my people. I love being a black man. I have no shame about it at all. And I love my blackness, and I love...
There's just something funny about a black man trying to convince a white man he loves black people. That's how bizarre this world is. You don't care about black folks. It's like, no, I love... Why am I just to my side? To this fucking random...
To who? To Hasan.
Hasan Piker's the same person who says he cares about trans people but tells them to shut the fuck up when they have an opinion he doesn't like. Because you're just a trans person.
Hasan's relationship with the trans community is interesting. He once lost a trans-related debate, and people in his community were rightfully upset with him because they felt like he made them look bad.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a vosh at trans debates. I hope that the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day. Okay, there you go. Suck my dick. I despise you. I despise you more than anything else on the planet. You are fucking cancer. You are just a trans person. Sorry, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
See, I always tell y'all, be careful of these fucking progressive people who try to fight y'all. There's obviously people on the right who hate minorities or hate, fine. But these people who've come under the guise of wanting to help you, there's a, what was it, Malcolm X? Was it Malcolm X?
It was Martin.
Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King and the polite racism of white liberals. He warned about this for a long time, where people come under the guise, this has been a thing forever. It's not new, it's not brand new, it's been around since the good old days. Just because they lean left don't mean that they for you or they understand you or they know better, but they'll convince you they do. And that's the same arrogant attitude that a lot of these guys in progressive circles take.
But he's always worried about is you know, making fucking clickbait stuff and doing comedy or whatever. It doesn't really matter what the like message is overall, but that's not how this works. Like, you know, isn't just done.
The video is 2 minutes. He's in the video 2 minutes and 34 seconds, and he already judged what the entire video was. He literally just judged what the entire video was.
Yeah. That's what he does.
And he'll complain if you clip him. It's kind of how these things work.
He literally just said, I was just there to get a clickbait title and make some shitty jokes and do comedy and stuff like that. 2 minutes into the video. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you could literally see by like the intro, the tone that I had set. So it's just like, why are you already jumping to the conclusions of A, like what I went there for, and then B, how are you gonna like sit up here and tell me how I should feel about a town that A, you just probably figured out about, and then B, a town I know for a fact you never stepped foot in. You've never been to Harrison, Arkansas. You haven't talked to the locals there. You haven't talked to the minority locals there like I did. So it's like, how are you gonna sit up here and tell me like how it really is?
From all places, why here?
Bro, I mean, everybody's saying that this is the most like town in America.
Supposedly it is.
But it's been like chill. Like,
It is chill. I love it here, actually.
This is not made up. The KKK keeps neighbors with their fucking leader.
Yeah.
really? Damn, you think they would like beat my ass if I like showed up?
Honestly,
Nah, they don't.
I don't know.
Like,
I heard
they're all
stories.
talk.
So he's a current leader.
Yeah.
And he's cool people.
I met him. He's pretty cool, but
This is the man we need to find, y'all. Do you think it'll be dangerous if we go to Zinc?
Probably not. Everybody just kind of tries to stay away from them, so people don't really have information on them. Their mindset is on trying to keep, you know, it kind of whitewashed here.
Yeah.
You know, I want more people to just get out of the hood in general.
All right, boys, man. So right now we don't have any leads on how we can get over to Zinc. So we're trying to see if we can find anybody that knows any people over there. So that way, like, we won't really be coming unannounced and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, that would be like really cool if we could get like an interview with the leader of the KKK. Isn't it crazy how like we went to the most racist town in America, but we're like looking for the racism? Oh, I thought that was a Confederate flag, but it's just the Arkansas flag. I was like, never mind. We found it. Who in here knows Tom Robb? I need to talk to him. We got some business to handle. I don't like. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you know Tom Robb by any chance?
No, I do not.
You don't? Do you guys know who Tom Robb is?
Sir, we don't have time for this.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This is what journalism is. You have to find the scoop. By any chance, do you know anybody that lives in Zinc? You don't? Trying to have an interview with the leader of the KKK, Tom Robb? Yeah, good luck with that. It's looking more and more like we just have to go out there. Attention patrons of Walmart. I am trying to conduct an interview with Tom Robb. Does anybody know Tom Robb by any chance? Raise your hand if you might know Tom Robb.
That's wild. I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't talking to you, nagger.
That's wild. I'm not gonna lie.
That was wild.
That was wild.
That was wild.
That is kind of wild that he's doing that. Like, I mean, he's actively trying to put himself in a situation where he is like physically going to be harmed, potentially.
You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? I bet you all these people, when BLM was happening back in 2020 and stuff like that, they were reposting the black square and stuff like that, all that stuff, anything Black Lives Matter related, retweeting it and stuff like that. But I bet you these niggas would never leave their house, go into the field. Because how are you going to stop racism if all you're going to do is just cancel it behind the screen? Like, you can't, bro. You're going to have to get down and dirty and get in the field and stuff like that.
Again, a lot of this activism is performative. Yeah. It's like, I got an opinion, I'm going to be super loud about it. I'm going to tell you what it should be in politics. But as far as what they actually do within their own communities or abroad, they don't care. That's why they buy themselves mansions and live in Beverly Hills away from all the fucking ills of the world. They don't live in any of these areas. They don't really interact with it. They try to distance themselves from it as much as possible. Same with the fans. They just be there in the fucking live stream chats just typing away. But it doesn't mean that they're actually involved. So yeah, I won't take their opinion seriously. And I do think it's dope that, you know, there's a perception of a place and you're like, let me go out there to confirm for myself, not listen to what my parents told me or what the internet told me. Let me go see for myself. And I think there's something commendable about that. Even if it is a little wild and crazy, I think it's dope that you want to investigate yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you when you went to Haiti. What did everyone tell you before you went?
Bunch of shit.
Good or bad?
Not so good.
And once you went, what happened?
It's great.
Same for me. People tell me, oh, Haiti's this here. I've been. I had an amazing time.
And we were in the middle of Carfuffle.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean, we're in the middle of a conundrum. I'm just saying that because you like big words.
Yeah.
And it was even that didn't change the perspective that I had.
No.
Because I understood why the people were mad.
Yeah.
You understand? So yeah. So you have to go check for yourself. You have to go see for yourself.
Sometimes there's some things you need to see for yourself before you get out here and proudly exclaim such loud opinions without knowing. Or don't be criticizing people who do decide to go and make their own decisions. You get what I'm saying? Because they're actually willing to go there to confirm. Mm-hmm. And you want to criticize, you're fucking stupid. It's like, Beth.
Let's go see what's going on there. There are minorities that work there, that live there. Let's go talk to them.
Yeah.
And these niggas are calling me a clown. This is the cringiest shit and stuff like that. But I bet you if you ask any of these people, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm totally against racism. But if I was to ask them to come out with me to help like make a change and stuff like that, these niggas would stay right in their chairs, bro. They would not fucking leave their house at all. They would stay right in their fucking chairs and just watch behind the screen.
Yeah. How you doing?
How you doing, friend?
Good, good.
Walk with me.
Yes, sir.
I grew up with both of his sons.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't use my name. You know how?
It worked.
It worked.
Mayel.
It worked.
Mayel. Mayel.
So
this motherfucker stepped up there and he's like, yo, walk with me, let's talk. It worked.
He went there, open heart, open arms, and people seem to be embracing him from what I can tell.
Hey.
So, hey, good on him.
Yeah.
Like if you call somebody out in your own hometown,
Yeah.
not good for business. But what do you want them to know?
I don't know. We're not trying to know anything. Like, we just, like, me personally.
He won't give you no names.
You don't think he will?
No. Brother, I could tell you some stories. How we used to have to cut the tails off black people when they was born. Stuff like that.
So do they have a lot of pull in this area?
That's what we call backwoods pull. You see, right now, me doing this, I'm a sellout. Oh, man, to the hill folk. To the people around here, he's losing his pull. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People's getting educated. And they're also starting to step out for once.
I've been around here, like, but I've been seeing
You
nothing
got
but nice
balls.
people.
The only reason I come up is you got balls.
Oh, for asking that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude. I'm like, who is this motherfucker?
You know, I'm not going there to change his mind, you know? Like, he grew up believing what he believes.
So they have a church. And if you read your Bible, he was created by God shaping him out of clay and breathing breath in his nostrils.
Yes, sir.
That's the white man. You are considered a beast. No different than a cow, a horse.
So they preached that, like, we were...
Yes.
Oh my God. That's the thing. Listen, these conversations are really hard to have. Mm-hmm. You're gonna hear some shit that you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
But in order to understand what's going on, I understand what is going on. They hate me. Yes, fair. I get you. But where it's from and how they were indoctrinated, you have to have conversation. Very hard conversation.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's very hard.
I never heard about the whole biblical thing where breath made out of clay in the white, but
the,
you know, people say this is crazy. Why would you even waste time with these people? I personally wouldn't do it. But there's a guy who goes on Joe Rogan often, and he goes basically converts folks who were part of the Ku Klux, and basically makes them.
He collects their robes.
Yeah, and basically takes them away from that, and they do change for the better. And he talks about how they got there, and he takes the time. I'm not saying everybody should do the work or everybody should want to. I'm just saying there are people who are willing. Don't get in their way, and don't call them clowns. If they're willing to do something to change people to be better folks, why would you try to get in their way? You know what I'm saying? So me, I would never do this, but hey, I'm not going to say nothing. And I do think it's interesting to hear their perspective because this is not stuff I would normally hear. He's talking about the hill folks. He's talking about how he's losing sway over the town because people are educated. They're going to school. They don't care about that shit. So you're hearing how even how a lot of these ideologies don't have the same hold anymore that it used to.
And that's the thing is that whenever what you do is that you base yourself in just an article that says Harrison, worst town in America, and then you just go off of that.
Yes.
How can you blame the media for so much, but rely on what the media is saying and for stuff like that?
Yep.
And then you don't go out there and look it for yourself. You don't go out there and find your information for yourself.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing. So I'm not saying, again, like Abba said, I'm not saying that I will necessarily do and go out there, but he's doing it and he sees from the people that are working there, not only that are living there, not only the minorities, but also the white people that are living there.
Yeah.
What if y'all and y'all friends come by, scoop me up, and we go drive up there together?
All together?
How fast can you get this all set up?
Right, we got you like 30 minutes. We got you.
Let's do it.
So he's taking a bunch of local school kids who were willing to go with him, a bunch of white kids, and all going to go up together with him to the Ku Klux Klan.
And they went to speak to him prior?
Yeah. No, they went to speak to him prior to see if he would come out to set up the meeting. And he's like, let's just all drive up together.
You guys told your parents what you guys are doing, right?
Yeah, they're cool.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
All right, they told their parents, so don't get mad at me. Mom, I'm going to the KKK headquarters right now. Mom, it's bigger than black and white. I love you, Mom. All right, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm about to meet the Grand Wizard. I gotta go.
This is what he said. I remember just the other day, man, I made my dad heart skip. Cause he's saying like, are you going to Lithuania? Cause I was supposed to go to Lithuania to perform for the troops, right? Like, are you going? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going. But on June 2nd, I'm going to prison. He's like, what? I'm like, no, I'm gonna perform for the prison. I'm like, yeah, you can leave now. You can leave.
You thought you could leave?
No, you told me, yeah, you can leave now. You can, the way you know exactly what the hell you did when you said that like that.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you be an extra.
You can get the fuck out.
Oh my
I've never been on streets like this. I think we were going to visit a lost tribe. Yeah.
Oh shit, okay, we got some people right here. Hello, how you doing? Okay. I was trying to see if Mr. Rob was maybe here. No. I'm a YouTuber. My name's Jidion. I was just wondering if like we could have like maybe like a little dialogue with Mr. Rob if he has any free time and stuff like that.
Right now he's getting different stuff together for the conference that's coming up. So
I heard about that. What can I ask what that conference is about?
Faith and freedom.
I don't know if there's any way maybe I could come. No.
Especially not.
Feel
with
that.
The paranoia some people have.
Man, we aren't anarchists. We just came here, it's America, you got the First Amendment, freedom of speech and everything like that.
Actually, I don't believe in that because if you have someone who can lose their job and their ability to support their family that they love, where they might have been brave enough to speak up, they won't put their children and their wife at risk.
So do you feel like here the truth is spoken?
I would say as much as can be.
From the videos I've seen online and stuff like that, I'm sure you've seen them. Yeah. I was expecting to just like, step right foot into town and then call it the N-word, but.
If it would make you feel better, I'll try it for you.
Oh, man.
This motherfucker got jokes.
That's fucked up. That's funny. That's fucked up, but that's funny.
Hey, if you want, I can.
Hey, you looking for racism? I can help you.
I can help you. I don't mind. I mean, do you want me to help you?
Johnny, go on, get the banana.
And my rifle.
I hear people, they were like, nah, the racists aren't in Harrison, they're over in Zinc. And then they were talking about how like they like kind of kicked you guys out of Harrison.
No white person, for the most part, moves to seek out diversity. They'll give lip service to it and move as far away as possible from it. Put up gated communities. Spend their...
What do you want? What? That's literally what you did, Hasan. With your fucking home in Beverly Hills, stupid.
You kind of did the same.
Listen, hold on. You don't need to like the man and what the fuck he's saying, but he's absolutely right. White people will talk and cry and say all this shit about fucking diversity. The areas they move to are predominantly exclusively white.
Or they will move into a place where there's diversity and whitewash the fuck out.
Yeah, gentrification is a thing, and it's not white conservatives doing it, okay? It's white liberals.
I like this neighborhood. Let me do a shop here and raise the prices. Come on now, man. That's y'all. Come on now.
Let's keep it a stack.
It's fine, but let's.
Me personally, like I agree to a certain extent and stuff like that. As black people, we look out for each other. It's like people say black power. They look out for black businesses and stuff like that.
I'm not a segregationist. I'm a separationist. Every white country and only white countries are expected to become melting pots of humanity. And that's my stance. I oppose white genocide.
Dude, the funniest part is like, ask this motherfucker, like, how did that happen? You know what I mean? If you don't want it to be a fucking melting pot, which, by the way, why is that bad? Obviously. But if you don't want it to be a fucking melting pot, like, then don't colonize, motherfucker. And even then, it's like, we got to do that, obviously. It's like,
he's right about that. I 100% agree. It's like black folks in America just didn't end up there. They were brought there. Can't be complaining about the fact that their existence is there and they're growing in numbers when the reason they got there is because of your ancestors.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have that reply because you wouldn't met that guy if he wouldn't have gone there.
That's fair.
So now the thing is, you're commenting not on his video but on the views of that dude. But that part wouldn't have happened if that dude would have met them.
I'm not here to change anybody's mind or nothing. Like I said, like that's why I just want to I feel like the conversation should always be had, because I feel like for there to be improvement into the future, you have to hear something different than your own opinion.
I often get an assumption made about me, and they wonder if black people did something bad to me. Well, no, white people have done something bad to me, and I don't hate them either.
Yeah.
But it's never about that. It's a heavy certain.
Bro, Zoomers are unsalvageable, dude. I swear to fucking God. I know that people are gonna turn around. Young Jidion fans are gonna turn around and fucking yell at me and be like, "He's black. You're not. What the fuck do you know about whatever the fuck?" But like, god damn, dude, just straight brain broken. If you're like, "Oh, what a civil conversation." This dude's literally a fucking white separatist, man. He just said it. He said it openly. Like, he's part of the Klan. So unironically turns into a great example of how racism is insidious, but so apparent and very much a part of people's lives. Because like, if your takeaway from this is like, "Oh, well, look, actually, they're not that at all."
That's not what he said.
No, he said.
That's not what he said. That's not what that's not what that's just not what he said. He just said that the conversation was going well. He's not being yelled at. They're having opposing views, but they can talk to each other. Yeah, his views are fucked up, but they can talk. That's what a civil conversation is. Doesn't defeat the fact that he's not racist or he's racist.
You can have civil conversations with people who have the most abhorrent views. That's it. And you can talk to people who have views that are absolutely disgusting. Doesn't change the fact that it's a conversation.
And a civil one.
Yes, you started this video like, this guy's about to get hate crime for the Vine. Here they are just talking calmly like, if you walk away and think that this is not the most racist, people can still look at this dude and say he's incredibly racist, and they wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact that they were able to talk about it.
Still civil.
Something you've proven to be incapable of, by the way.
If your takeaway is like looking at a guy who straight up says he's a part of the Klan and is a white separatist, not a segregationist, and your takeaway is like he can, or not your takeaway, but like your takeaway should be that even a guy who's like straight up saying like, you know, that they're a white separatist can be polite to a black person to their face, okay? That does not change the reality that they're like violently and virulently racist.
Well, I sort of like that.
So you know, this is what I'm taking away from it. Just because he didn't, you're basically saying to me, this is how I personally feel. This is how I feel. Like, bro, like this isn't like fact or this is all opinion. This is how I feel. What you're saying to me is, I don't understand basically what's going on in this situation. That I just had this was a 45-minute conversation that we cut down. That in this 45-minute conversation, I have no idea what was happening and stuff like that, and I need to relook everything. That's basically.
Yeah, that is what he's saying. Because again, in his head, he knows better than everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's like a borderline narc the way he engages with stuff. He's convinced he knows better than everyone, even though he's not that bright when it comes to most social issues. And he has a condescending attitude to anybody who disagrees or doesn't share his take. That's who he is. He cries about, "Oh, I'm getting bullied online, folks. He comes for me." But the truth is, he just knows better than you. And he can never be wrong. So I get why it bothers you. You're a young man. You're not used to this stuff. What I'm going to say to you is that get used to it. Get very, very used to it. Because white liberals be like that. They're the only group I've ever seen talk to me this way. I'm not even joking. They're the only group I've ever had talk to me like that. So I'm just always like taken aback sometimes, but I've already come to terms with it. I'm like, oh, that's that shit that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
So just know there's that. As far as your video goes, I think it's a commendable thing to want to do that. Is Jidion the most apt person to cut through the nuances of systemic issues and towns like this and the history? Of course not. But he has a huge following. He's speaking to a young audience, and at least he's bringing them towards a place of let's talk. That's a great thing. To even get these kids interested in this stuff is already big. To get them to want to talk and to be civil with the other side, fantastic. I would argue that his audience is far more preferable to talk to than Hasan's audience. Undoubtedly so. Any day of the week, I would take that. So props to him. Good video on his part. If you guys want, I'll put a link to both videos. But yeah, that's my thoughts. What do you want to say?
You said what you said.
All right, let us know.